Hi, I'm Susan. I love to teach, I love to cook, so let's get going. Oh, and don't ever be afraid to cook. Welcome to my cooking space, the hot stock pot. Let's pick a recipe. Creamy Tuscan chicken and orzo. Oh, this is delicious. Let's get started. So we're going to start assembling our ingredients. We need 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I like to do it fresh. I like to use the fresh Parmesan. It's much nicer and more flavorful than the kind you get already shredded. So looks like we have a cup. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Next thing is 2 cups of grape tomatoes cut in half. I've already cut some up, but this is how we do it. We just take them and take a sharp serrated knife and just cut the halves, just like this. And it's about 1.5 pints. If you want to use a little extra tomatoes, that's fine. And now we're going to cut our onion, 1 red onion. So we cut the stem side, cut it in half at the root. All right, then we peel out the outer layer. Right in the eye. That'll wake you up in the morning. Okay, so the recipe calls for 4 garlic cloves. I like a little extra. Basically, you just smash them and the skin comes off, and then you can mince them in a minute. See how nicely it just comes right off? Just like that. All right, so then we're just gonna mince this delicious garlic. This naked, skinless garlic. Woohoo! Lovely. So we've minced the garlic, and we're just gonna set it aside in a small pinch bowl. Last thing is the chicken. I have 5 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless. I've cut them like this. I'll show you how I cut them. They're rather large. These were rather large breasts. So I cut, can't see that. I cut the top off, the thicker part. And you can cut them in 3s, or you can, just cut them in smaller pieces so that they will cook. And that's it for the chicken. Whoever designed this. Okay, next we need 1 cup of regular orzo. You can use the whole wheat if you'd like. I'm just using the regular. Okay, 1 cup of orzo. Now, a word about that chicken and the cutting board. You'll notice that I cut the chicken on the same cutting board as I did the tomatoes. That's okay, but not in reverse. So you want to really use a separate cutting board for the chicken, which I did earlier when I cut the beginning of the chicken, but that last piece after everything else. So you don't want to cross-contaminate between your produce and your chicken. Chicken should always be the last, or else a separate cutting board just for the poultry. Okay, 2 cups of chicken broth. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil into a good-sized skillet. This is a 12-inch skillet. And then we let it heat up on a medium-high heat. In the meanwhile, while it's heating up, we're going to put together some spices. We need about a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We need some coarse ground black pepper. You can just eyeball it, probably about a teaspoon. And then some kosher salt. I lost my kosher salt. Kosher salt. Where are you? Here it is. I found it, kosher salt. All right, just a good teaspoon, right? Just like that. Mix all the spices together. And we'll just wait until this oil heats up. The oil is now sizzling, so it's hot. Let's add our chicken pieces. We're just gonna kind of, this should take about 15 minutes or so. Let's just check the temperature on the thickest piece of meat. And we want to aim for 160, 165. We're going to remove the chicken to the plate. It's going to rest. And then we're going to start making the sauce. In the same pan with whatever little oil and chicken bits are left, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. Melt that. Then we're going to add our onions. Now we're going to add the garlic. Just cook it for a second until it gets fragrant. All right, this looks beautiful, jiggly. So we don't want to brown the garlic. We don't want it to be toasted. We just want it to be translucent and flavorful or aromatic. All right. And it is. Oh, the house smells so good. Now we're going to add our tomatoes. Did you see that? I just stabbed myself with the thermometer. Okay, tomatoes. We're going to cook it until they soften. So this has been cooking. The tomatoes have been cooking for about 2 or 3 minutes, and they're starting to break down, which is what we want. And now we're going to add the 1 cup of orzo, uncooked, without the lid, to the cream, and 2 cups of chicken broth. We're going to stir it up nice. So the tomatoes are cooked. We're going to add the orzo and the chicken broth, the 1 cup of orzo and the 2 cups of chicken broth. We're also going to add our spices, the salt, the pepper, and the red pepper flakes. Stir that up. And bring it to a boil. Look at how beautiful this looks. The orzo is al dente, and we're going to add our 1 cup of heavy cream. I hate to pour this in. It looks so beautiful just the way it is. But anyway, a cup of cream and the Parmesan cheese. Stir it up. So we've added the cream and the shredded Parmesan cheese. Now we're going to add baby spinach. If I can open the box. Can't open the box. Okay, it's open. 4 cups, which really translates to 4 handfuls. So 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, it cooks down. And 4. This is, they assure me that it's been 3 times washed. All right. So now we just stir it in. Baby spinach. These are the flavors of Tuscan cooking. The tomatoes, the spinach, the cream. Now we're going to add the chicken back. And let it cook for about 5 or 10 minutes just to kind of thicken it up. Look at that. Oh man. This is gorgeous. Let's try this. A nice bed of orzo and tomatoes and onions. And then a piece of chicken. Let's find a piece of chicken. Look at that. Whoa. All right. Manja. Look at that. Chicken's done. We have a tomato onion sauce. Oh man. Mmm. 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 This is outrageous. Give it a try. You'll love it. See you later. Mm.